Well, our top focus story continues to remain the farmer agitation. The police has now allowed protesting farmers to hold their tractor rally in Delhi on Republic Day. But the Delhi police has issued a series of restrictions saying that permission was given only to show respect for the farmers' demand, and the police say that there is a security scare. This, of course, coming at a time, remember, when the farmers' protest has actually gotten bigger, with thousands of farmers descending on the city of Mumbai today as well. They say that they are a part of the movement that opposes the farm laws, which the centre refuses to repeal. Here's the full story.
Hundreds and thousands of tractors moving towards the national capital as farmers plan to hold Kisan Gantantra Parade on 26th of January. Delhi police have given them an in-principle permission.
63 से 64 किलोमीटर का स्ट्रेच टिकरी बॉर्डर से एंटर करने पर और वही करीब 62-63 किलोमीटर का स्ट्रेच जब हम सिंघू बॉर्डर से एंटर करते हैं तब, और गाजीपुर से जब एंटर करते हैं तो तकरीबन 46 किलोमीटर का जो स्ट्रेच जो टोटल साइकिल है।
सभी स्टेटों वाले अपनी अपनी जो झांकियां वो अलग अलग से दिखना चाहिए कि ये स्टेट की बैनर अलग अलग हो। लड़कों को सबको समझा रहे हैं, नौजवानों को, कि भाई इसमें बिल्कुल शांति से जाना है और डिसिप्लिन में जाना है।
Police say the number of tractors which will be permitted to enter Delhi is yet to be decided. The rally will take place after the Republic Day program is over. Delhi police say they will be providing security as there are intelligence inputs about attempts to disrupt the farmers' rally.
इसमें जितने जो लोग इससे जुड़े हुए हैं उनके मन में एक भ्रम पैदा करने के लिए 308 ट्विटर हैंडल पाकिस्तान से जनरेट हुए हैं.
In the run-up to the special parade, unique preparations are on at all the protest sites. Students, artists are preparing a tableau, upcycling waste at Tikri border.
हम लोग इसको पूरा रिसाइकल्ड मीडियम में पूरा इंस्टॉलेशन बना रहे हैं, so that आर्टिस्ट जो किसान के साथ हैं वो अपनी बात इस लेवल पे पहुंचा सके कि 95% लोगों के भूख का निवाले का सवाल है.
Farmer from Zira, Pavitra Barar, has developed a remote control tractor. Sunil Gulia from Haryana has modified his tractor, spending a total of 40 lakh rupees on it.
Farmers have already rejected government's proposal to hold 3 new farm laws for 1.5 years and then have dialogue. And now comes this massive tractor parade, sending out a clear message that farmers want nothing less than revocation of these 3 new farm laws. With camera person Pawan Kumar, Arun Singh for NDTV.
The tractor parade has started and we have started here from Ambala district, and I'm joined here by 3 farmers who are moving towards Delhi. अब जा रहे हैं, क्या सोच के जा रहे हैं? आगे भारत देश का झंडा भी लगाया हुआ है आपने.
कोई बात नहीं, जो जैसा होगा देखा जाएगा.
हम देशद्रोही थोड़ा है, हमने भारत का भी झंडा लगाया हुआ, अपना किसान मजदूर एकतावाद का भी झंडा लगाया हुआ. हम तो अपने हक लेने के लिए जा रहे हैं. हम कौन सा किसी गलत कहने या कुछ करने जा रहे हैं, ना हम कोई शरारत करने जा रहे हैं. कैसे आपके मीडिया वाले दिखाते हैं कि कोई शरारती अंसर कोई पंजाब से दिल्ली में शरारत करना थोड़ा जाएगा. हम तो अपने हक मांगने जा रहे हैं. People have already started moving from Kurukshetra, from Karnal, from Sonipat and Panipat as well. They are all reaching towards the Singhu border, which falls on this national highway. And on the roadside on these highways, you can see tractors have been parked. There are people who are raising slogans. So I'll also show you some people still stationed here in this tractor here. कहाँ से आ रहे हैं आप?
असली जी पटाला शहर, डिस्ट्रिक्ट गुरदासपुर, पिंड दवानीवाल, पंजाब.
अच्छा, और आप लोग क्या-क्या सामान लेके जा रहे हैं?
सामान जी अपने पानी है पीने के लिए जी, अपनी रजाइयाँ हैं.
We started our journey from Ambala district. I got along with Mr. Sukh Karan Singh from Fatehgarh Sahab, who have started his journey from Fatehgarh Sahab to Delhi to participate in this farm protest.
and I am in this tractor you can see behind me. His fellow villagers are also here in this trolley.
जिस हिसाब से ये कट हो रहा है जो 26 जनवरी की परेड बताई गई है, इसका बहुत प्रेशर होगा सरकार पे, उनको बदलना पड़ेगा। ये अभी पहले हुआ नहीं, ये इतिहास है जो पहले हो रखा था, ये दोहराया जा रहा है।
Meanwhile, Yogendra Yadav has come out and said that there are over 1 lakh tractors that are moving towards Delhi right now. These tractors are from all over the country, primarily Haryana and Rajasthan, and they're all marching towards Delhi.
Mr. Yadav, so that people across India understand this, how big do you expect this to be? Because the numbers we've heard, 15,000 tractors, is that accurate?
No, not at all. I'm afraid 15,000 tractors is something which would be, my guess is about 10,000 tractors were parked. And this is not my estimate. This is police estimate 1 week ago. That 10,000 tractors were parked outside Delhi 1 week ago. But right now, tractors from all over the country, Haryana, Punjab, Uttarakhand, Western Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, are marching into Delhi. My estimate is we are looking at something like 1 lakh plus tractors. I cannot say how many persons. 1
lakh plus tractors. I didn't appreciate that the numbers would be as large as what you say. It's extraordinary.
It's historic, and that's why I said saying that farm unions are losing support would be worse than funny.
Well, the big development that we're tracking is that while the Delhi police has granted permission for the tractor rally, addressing the media about this tractor rally yesterday, the Delhi police has in fact said that there are over 300 Twitter accounts that have been created which are trying to disrupt the farmers' protest. They say this is a peaceful agitation, but these accounts have been created with the sole purpose of disrupting this peaceful agitation. Let's go right across to Arun Singh, who's been tracking the details of this story. Arun, the Delhi police has claimed on Sunday that there are over 300 Twitter accounts that have been traced back to Pakistan. And the sole purpose of these accounts is to disrupt the rally. What's the strategy of the Delhi police going forward?
Well, yes, a special CP intelligence Delhi police, Mr. Dipendra Pathak, was addressing the media, and he said there are multiple security concerns over this tractor parade which farmers are planning to hold on 26th of January. Now, going into detail, he said there are over 300 accounts, 308 precisely, he said, 308 Twitter accounts which have been identified and which are trying to disrupt this rally. Now, going into the detail, he said they are pushing hashtags which are pro-Khalistan hashtags, and then these are not only general citizens. There are few influencers or important personalities of Pakistan as well who've been pushing that hashtag, is what the Delhi police has also shared the details of. So these 308 accounts are pushing pro-Khalistan hashtags, and their posts suggested that they're trying to disrupt the already going on agitation of farmers in the national capital. Hence, there were security concerns. So, offering it as a solution, Delhi police also said that there will be security provided to this tractor parade, which is going to be of around 100 kilometers in the national capital. Remember, there are going to be different routes for every single protest site which is happening at multiple border locations. So, there, in total, 100 kilometers of the national capital will be covered in this tractor rally, and Delhi police is to provide the security to farmers. Again, this rally will be happening only after the main Republic Day parade is over, and that is around 11:30 a.m. As we also hear multiple farm union leaders talking about the huge number of tractors coming into the national capital. Delhi police also said the number of tractors is also to be discussed yet, because most of the leaders have been quoting number above 1 lakh of the tractors. So that can also be a cause of concern for Delhi police, and there hasn't been any clear instruction on the number of tractors as of now from Delhi police's side, but definitely there would be a discussion on that as well.
Right, Arun, appreciate you for joining us with the very latest. We're going to keep a close watch on these developments. We will, of course, track this story from the borders as well as keep a close watch on what the Delhi police's strategy is going forward ahead of the tractor rally tomorrow. Meanwhile, for anyone who thought and said that farmers are protesting only from Delhi, well, take a look at these visuals from yesterday. Thousands of farmers from Nashik under the banner of All India Kisan Sabha were walking towards Mumbai. There is a big rally that has been organized at the Azad Maidan today in Mumbai, where Sharad Pawar will also be participating.
Farmers from Maharashtra across 21 districts arrived in Mumbai today. They are in Mumbai at Azad Maidan to extend their support and express their solidarity towards the farmers who are already protesting on the borders of Delhi for the past 2 months. And right now I have this one group which has come from Pune, and they have come to Mumbai on a cycle. So, sir, could you tell us more about it? You've come from Pune to Mumbai all the way on your bicycle. Why have you come here? Could you tell us more?
Actually, we belong to, this whole team belongs to an United Joint Action Committee of the Trade Unions, Kamgar Sangatna Sayukta Kriti Samiti. So I am convener of it. I belong to CITU. His comrade Kailas Kadam. He belongs to INTUC, and there is one who belongs to AITUC. So there is a team of 15. So we decided collectively that let's have a cycle jatha. And the whole idea was that on 26th November, we had a protest strike for the labor courts, against the labor courts. And thereafter, this whole issue of labor, Peasants Act came. So we decided there must be a unity of the peasants and workers. So how can that be achieved? So we have to connect all the laborers and to awaken them, go to the industrial areas. So we decided that we started on cycle from Pune to Yavat, which is on Solapur Road. Then we went to Ranjangaon, which is on Nagar Road, Koregaon Bhima, which is on Nagar Road, there is an industrial area, big industrial area.
Essentially from Pune to Mumbai you came on
6 industrial estates we covered, 380 kilometers of distance we covered. 4 days we are traveling. 4 days. So we have, that's why I said we went to south, then to east.
And are you trying to gather support, or what was the purpose?
The purpose was to awaken the workers, awaken the peasants in Krishi Utpanna Bazar, the APMCs we visited. We planned our meetings there. We were conducting 4 meetings in the day, public meetings, distributing massive number of leaflets. We have made some songs also. See, these farm laws are they're atrocious laws. They are anti-farmers, first of all. They are anti, not only farmers, they are anti-agriculture. And it is going to give the whole control of agriculture to the monopolies, such like Adani's, maybe Ambani's, maybe Monsanto, maybe Cargill.
Well, moving on to the other big story we're checking this morning, over 16 lakh healthcare workers have been vaccinated against COVID-19 so far. 31,466 beneficiaries were vaccinated till 7:30 p.m. in 5 states yesterday. Today is the 9th day of India's vaccination drive. Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh and Odisha are the top 3 states that have vaccinated the highest number of people so far. Sukirti joins us with the very latest. Sukirti, what more can you tell us?
Well, yes, over 16 lakh people have been vaccinated so far, and the number of beneficiaries per day has been growing. With the earlier days, we were seeing that when the vaccination drive started on 16th of January, we were seeing only about 30 to 40 people turn up at each vaccination site. But now the number has gone over 50, and the reason why the numbers are growing is because this new change that has been made into the COVID database that now accommodates even walk-in vaccinations, meaning that people who are not sorted for a particular date, even they can come to the vaccination site and can get the vaccination done. And of course, there have been massive awareness drives as well by the government in order to assure people the vaccine is safe. So both of these measures seem to be working at this point of time. And also the center was pointing out yesterday that India managed to vaccinate 1 million people much faster than other Western nations like India.
Right, Sukirti, appreciate you for joining us with the very latest. So that's the latest update coming in on the number of vaccinations so far across the country. We'll keep a close watch on all those developments. We're going to slip into a very short break, but coming up on the other side, we'll get you the big story from Kerala. Kerala continues to report the highest daily cases in India. The government in Kerala, however, says that the fatality rate is still among the lowest. All the details on the other side of a short break. Stay with us. Welcome back. The big story that we're tracking from Kerala. Kerala continues to report the highest number of COVID-19 cases, and the test positivity rate has crossed 12%. While there are healthcare experts who've raised concerns over the numbers of COVID-19 tests that have largely remained in the same range for weeks, the state government says the number of daily cases are not unexpected and that the case fatality rate is still among the lowest in India. Sneha joins us with the very latest. Sneha, the numbers in Kerala continue to spike and the positivity rate has in fact touched 12%. These are indeed worrying numbers. However, the state government isn't alarmed.
Well, in fact, Rishika, in terms of spike also, if you look at the numbers, it's not really stark spikes that are being seen on a daily basis. According to government officials, the cases have largely been at a plateau. So if you look at the range of, it's from the 19th, if you look, it's been around 6,000 plus. Around the 22nd or so, it did spike to around 6,009 plus cases, but it's been fluctuating, officials saying it is a plateau. Now, what the concern, according to public health experts, is the increasing test positivity rate, which is now at 12.48. So officials saying that this also health experts saying that this is also an indication of insufficient testing being done by the state government. And the IMA has said that they had recommended up to 1 lakh daily testing. The range for testing has been anywhere between 40,000 to 60,000 on a daily basis, so that being one concern. Second concern that public health experts are saying, even if it's a plateau right now, this could go any way. Cases could spiral or it could decline. If it spirals, this could be a big challenge before Kerala. Now, Kerala is saying the test positivity rate is high. Only symptomatic people are being tested in the state. However, if you look at the health infrastructure, in terms of occupancy, ventilators have 15% occupancy and ICUs have around 49 or 48% admissions. And according to government officials, the health system is not choking. It is prepared to handle these numbers. They instead saying that after the relaxations like tourism being allowed towards December, and then, other increased public activities like theatres, etc. being opened, these numbers are expected, is what government officials are saying. And especially after, if these numbers had not seen this kind of a rise, it would have shown that the Break the Chain campaign in the state was a failure, that being the state government's record. They're also saying that these cases have been accounted for. The public health is not choking, the system or the infrastructure is not choking. But even the centre has raised concerns over what they are saying is the lack of enough testing. The state government saying in localized areas, testing is likely to be ramped up.
All right, Sneha, appreciate you for joining us with that update. We'll keep coming back to you. Welcome back. On a two-day visit to the Northeast, Union Home Minister Amit Shah was in Lower Assam for twin rallies. First at Kokrajhar to be a part of the first anniversary of the Bodoland Accord with the NDFB. The second in Nalbari, where he promised an infiltration-free Assam. But just like Prime Minister Modi, he remained silent on contentious issues like the CAA and the NRC. Ratnadeep Chaudhary and Sanjay Chakrabarti report.
सारे दरवाजे खोल देगी और घुसपैठ को असम के अंदर सरल करके दी और 5 साल भारतीय जनता पार्टी को दे दीजिए। हम आसाम को गोली मुक्त कराए, हम आसाम को बाढ़ मुक्त भी कराने का काम ये भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार करेगी।
At the massive Vijay Sankalp rally in Lower Assam's Nalbari, Shah backed his promise with examples of Article 370 abrogation in Jammu and Kashmir and construction of Ram Temple in Ayodhya.
घुसपैठ को अगर कोई रोक सकता है तो केवल और केवल भारतीय जनता पार्टी की नरेंद्र मोदी सरकार रोक सकती है। धारा 370 70 साल से कोई इसको छूने की नहीं करता था। श्री नरेंद्र मोदी सरकार ने धारा 370 को समाप्त कर कश्मीर को हमेशा के लिए भारत के साथ जोड़ने का काम किया। दूसरी बार प्रधानमंत्री जी को पूर्ण बहुमत दिया और आज प्रभु श्री राम का गगनचुंबी मंदिर बनने की शुरुआत हो चुकी है मित्रों।
Earlier in the day, Amit Shah addressed a massive rally in Kokrajhar to celebrate the first anniversary of the Bodoland Accord and claimed that the BJP forming the new government at the Bodoland Territorial Council with its newfound ally UPPL was a trailer to Assam polls. First Prime Minister Modi and then Home Minister Amit Shah. Both of them remained silent on contentious issues of Assam like the CAA or the NRC. Across Assam, the All Assam Students Union activists were in protest mode, burning copies of the Citizenship Amendment Act.
And with his address, he did not mention any of the poll promises they have made to people of Assam in 2014 or 2016 or in 2019 Lok Sabha elections.
With the back-to-back rallies by PM Modi and Amit Shah, the BJP has set its agenda for Assam polls. But the party's silence on contentious issues is likely to give opposition much-needed political fodder. In Nalbari, with camera person Sanjay Chakravarti, Ratndeep Chaudhary for NDTV.
Well, Rahul Gandhi has sharpened his attack on Prime Minister Modi during his campaign in Tamil Nadu ahead of the polls in May. He slammed the Prime Minister for destroying India's foundation and over his silence over Chinese occupation of India. He also called the ruling AIADMK the centre's. He's also said targeted the RSS during his campaigns.
The man with the 56-inch chest.
56 மார்புடைய இந்த மனிதர்.
The Prime Minister.
இந்த நாட்டினுடைய பிரதமர்.
Is standing silently.
அமைதியாக உட்கார்ந்து கொண்டிருக்கிறார்.
When Chinese army has occupied our country. For the last 3 months, Narendra Modi has not said the words China. It has not come out of his mouth. The Chinese understand that the man running this country is weak. The Chinese understand that the Prime Minister of India has destroyed the economy of India.
Well, moving on, let's get you up to speed with what the weather is like. Divya joins us with the very latest. Divya, dense fog, cold wave conditions continue across northern India.
Absolutely, Rishika. A very good morning, and what a foggy morning it is across the northwest plains. So if you see whether it's Punjab, Haryana, Chandigarh, Delhi, also parts of Uttar Pradesh, fog conditions also noted in Bihar as well as Tamil Nadu and West Bengal. Also going towards the parts of Jammu, in fact, as well as parts of Madhya Pradesh. We're expecting fog conditions tomorrow, which is Republic Day as well. In fact, cold day and cold wave conditions, Rishika, that you mentioned, those cold day and cold wave conditions have been prevailing. Cold day means when the temperature of the day is 4.5 to 5 degrees lower than usual, and cold wave is when the minimum temperature is down by almost 4 to 5 degrees from what's usually expected. And both are prevailing in Delhi as well as adjoining areas, whether it's Punjab, Haryana as well as Uttar Pradesh. Cold day conditions are prevailing. But when we talk about that cold wave, that's prevailing also in parts of Saurashtra and Kutch as well as parts of Rajasthan, along with Delhi and the NCR region. So we're expecting it to remain cold as far as Delhi is concerned up until the 27th. We're also expecting those cold day conditions to continue to prevail, which means that it will be cold in the day as well as at night. And the mornings will be foggy. Rishika, back to you.
All right, appreciate you, Divya, for joining us with the very latest. So cold wave conditions are going to continue across northern India till the 27th of January. One sincerely hopes for some respite after. Thanks for joining us with the latest. Well, moving on, Millennium City Gurugram, which is among the world's top 10 most polluted cities according to the World Air Quality Report, and where the AQI level is mostly in the very poor category, is now all set to have a new waste-to-energy plant. But citizens are against the government's move. Today, over 100 adults and children who are a part of the Aravali Bachao Citizens Movement protested against the waste-to-energy plant that is set to be constructed near the Bhanwari landfill, which will only make pollution levels worse, they say.
हमारा पूरा कैंपेन ग्रीन वर्सेस ब्लैक है कि हमारी जनरेशन ने हमारे फॉरेस्ट को, नेचर को हमने एंजॉय किया है, पर जो हमारी आगे की पीढ़ी है वो अगर ये वेस्ट टू एनर्जी प्लांट आ जाएगा तो उनका फ्यूचर बिल्कुल डार्क है. इसलिए सारे बच्चे ब्लैक में ड्रेस्ड हैं जस्ट टू शो दैट देयर फ्यूचर इज गोइंग टू बी टोटली डार्क, एंड दैट इज व्हाट आवर गवर्नमेंट इज गिफ्टिंग आवर यंगर जनरेशन.
All right, so this is of course a protest that took place yesterday, but we'll keep a close watch on those developments. Meanwhile, the Kerala government has decided to hand over the cases filed in the state's solar scam to the CBI. Several Congress leaders, including former Chief Minister Oman Chandy, are accused in the case. The solar panel scam involved a fraudulent solar energy company, Team Solar Energy, that was floated by jailed businesswoman and entrepreneur Saritha Nair, which used two women to create political contacts and duped several people to the tune of crores of rupees. Let's shift our focus from Kerala to Bihar now. The Bihar Chief Minister Nitish Kumar has yet to pick up the phone and is yet to inquire about the health of his former ally Lalu Prasad Yadav, who's been admitted to Delhi's All India Institute of Medical Sciences after breathing trouble. But he does wish him a speedy recovery. He said when asked why, remember what his caretaker had said about me in 2018 when I was inquiring about his health. The caretaker reference, of course, was to Mr. Yadav's son and the leader of the opposition, Tejasvi Yadav. The former deputy of Nitish Kumar had lashed out 2 years ago when the Chief Minister's phone calls to inquire about his father's health fueled speculation that he was feeling uneasy in the BJP-led coalition and seeking rapprochement with the RJD chief.
चाहते जल्दी स्वस्थ हो. आपको जानते हैं पहले जब अलग भी थे वो भी हम लोग खबर लेते थे. जब हम खबर ले रहे थे उनका जो देखने वाला व्यक्ति था तो मेरे ऊपर क्या क्या कह दिया, याद है ना 17-18 में. तब से तो हम कह दिया कि हम जानकारी नहीं लेंगे, अखबारी से मिल जाएगा.
Well, Genshin Impact is the latest game that's topping all the charts. What is it about? Well, here's more.
Genshin Impact is topping gaming charts everywhere. But what is it about this cross-platform RPG that makes it so popular? Here's what you need to know. At its core, Genshin Impact is an open-world RPG with some of the best graphics that mobile games have ever seen. Developed by Chinese publishers MiHoYo, the game is set in a fantasy world called Teyvat. You can explore this vast, expansive land by choosing one character out of a massive list of 23 playable ones and set sail to your adventures. While you can do tasks and level up your characters, the real fun is away from the storyline and in moving around, exploring this vast fantasy world. You can engage in fights with gods and monsters and fine-tune your combat skills. Speaking about combat, there is something for everyone here with melee, ranged and magic, and each character has their own special abilities that you can master.
So here's what I like the most about Genshin Impact. You don't necessarily have to go around doing all these tasks that the game has set out for you. Instead, you can just explore and marvel and relish the beauty of these unparalleled mobile game graphics that the game has for you. But here's where the game falls flat. The storyline. It's not the most pacey one out there, and the developers have used a lot of cliches in the book. Instead, you can just travel on the road not taken and explore the in-game world and earn some in-game currency to develop your characters.
Overall, Genshin Impact is a great game to spend time with. It is a freemium game, meaning you can play it for free, but there are certain in-app purchases to give you a boost and enhance your overall experience. Where this game takes the cake is its well-designed interactions and the surreal graphics that will give you a sense of adventure while playing it.
Well, the biggest technology event, the Consumer Electronics Show, despite being all digital, had a lot to offer. We leave you with the details.
How can we wrap this year's CES special without talking about some weird tech that came to the limelight this year? Now, we're not here to judge the idea behind these products because we leave that to you, our viewers. Have you ever wanted a cushion that you could pet? Yes, you heard that right. Kubo is a cuddly pet robot designed to grant that very wish of yours. This furry therapeutic robot acts like a substitute for a pet, which we all deserve. It comes with a tail that wags around when you pet it, making sure you have a companion in those lonely quarantine days. What's weird, you ask? There's no head on this furry little friend. A waterproof speaker that generates 100% of its power from water. Yes, Ampere's shower power made its debut this year at CES. This innovative speaker will allow the users to listen to music, audiobooks and podcasts all while taking a shower. The speaker's body has been designed to fit any shower head and has been made with 100% ocean plastic. Priced at $79, this unusual audio product will never run out of battery because it is charged by the flow of water. Entertainment can be delivered in all shapes and sizes now. Proof of that is Kubios's Wow Cube entertainment system. This unusual media device combines mixed reality with a rather tangible interface. The 3D cube uses a single digital surface that is wrapped around the device. Users can twist, turn and shake the cube to enjoy games and applications. Not only this, but you can also develop applications using Wow Cube. Good news for people with a sweet tooth, you can now make ice cream in under 2 minutes. Keurig this year at CES introduced Cold Snap. Delivered with its proprietary shelf-stable Cold Snap pods, the machine takes less than 120 seconds to make ice cream. Expanding on the menu, the users will also be able to make frozen yogurt, coffee and even smoothies using this machine. Ever watched Star Wars and wanted your very own droid? Someone who looked after and obviously picked up after you? Well, we're sure you have. Samsung this year showcased its robot concepts that might just fit the bill. And as it turns out, you don't have to be a Skywalker to own one of them. Samsung's Bot Handy was trending all over the internet after it was introduced in the brand's presentation. And yes, as the name suggests, it comes with a robot arm. But that will just be an oversimplification. The cylindrical-shaped robot comes packed with 3D mapping technology and is designed to help the owner in the kitchen or in the living room. The bot has advanced sensors on board that can judge the size and shape of the object, making sure that only the required force is used to lift something up. The demo also showed that the bot can change its height and will be able to move around without any hiccups thanks to the LiDAR sensor.
Welcome back. You're watching Good Morning India. The top story we're tracking for you. Well, the police have allowed protesting farmers to hold their tractor rally in Delhi on Republic Day, which is tomorrow. The police has also, however, issued a series of restrictions saying the permission was only given as a show of respect. The police say that there is a security scare. Now, this is coming at a time when the farmer protest has gotten bigger. There's a huge rally planned at the Azad Maidan in Mumbai today. Meanwhile, after permission has been granted, we're also getting pictures from different parts of Delhi's borders where tractors have begun lining up. Now, remember, this is, of course, the big story that we're tracking. Here's the full report.
Hundreds and thousands of tractors moving towards the national capital as farmers plan to hold Kisan Gantantra Parade on 26th of January. Delhi police have given them an in-principle permission.
63 से 64 किलोमीटर का स्ट्रेच टिकरी बॉर्डर से एंटर करने पर और वही करीब 62-63 किलोमीटर का स्ट्रेच जब हम सिंघू बॉर्डर से एंटर करते हैं तब और गाजीपुर से जब एंटर करते हैं तो तकरीबन 46 किलोमीटर का जो स्ट्रेच जो टोटल साइकिल है।
सभी स्टेटों वाले अपनी अपनी जो झांकियां वो अलग अलग से दिखना चाहिए कि ये स्टेट की बैनर अलग अलग हो। लड़कों को सबको समझा रहे हैं, नौजवानों को, कि भाई इसमें बिल्कुल शांति से जाना है और डिसिप्लिन में जाना है।
Police say the number of tractors which will be permitted to enter Delhi is yet to be decided. The rally will take place after the Republic Day program is over. Delhi police say they will be providing security as there are intelligence inputs about attempts to disrupt the farmers' rally.
इसमें जितने जो लोग इससे जुड़े हुए हैं उनके मन में एक भ्रम पैदा करने के लिए 308 ट्विटर हैंडल पाकिस्तान से जनरेट हुए हैं।
In the run-up to the special parade, unique preparations are on at all the protest sites. Students, artists are preparing a tableau, upcycling waste at Tikri border.
हम लोग इसको पूरा रिसाइकल्ड मीडियम में पूरा इंस्टॉलेशन बना रहे हैं so that आर्टिस्ट जो किसान के साथ हैं वो अपनी बात इस लेवल पे पहुंचा सके कि 95% लोगों के भूख का निवाले का सवाल है।
Farmer from Zira, Pavitra Barar, has developed a remote control tractor. Sunil Gulia from Haryana has modified his tractor, spending a total of 40 lakh rupees on it. Farmers have already rejected government's proposal to hold 3 new farm laws for 1.5 years and then have dialogue. And now comes this massive tractor parade, sending out a clear message that farmers want nothing less than revocation of these 3 new farm laws. With camera person Pavan Kumar, Arun Singh for NDTV.
The tractor parade has started and we have started here from Ambala district, and I'm joined here by 3 farmers who are moving towards Delhi. अब जा रहे हैं, क्या सोच के जा रहे हैं? आगे भारत देश का झंडा भी लगाया हुआ है आपने।
कोई बात नहीं, जो जैसा होगा देखा जाएगा।
हम देशद्रोही थोड़ा है, हमने भारत का भी झंडा लगाया हुआ, अपना किसान मजदूर एकतावाद का भी झंडा लगाया हुआ है। हम तो अपने हक लेने के लिए जा रहे हैं। हम कौन सा किसी गलत कहने या कुछ करने जा रहे हैं, ना हम कोई शरारत करने जा रहे हैं। जैसे आपके मीडिया वाले दिखाते हैं कि कोई शरारती अंसर कोई पंजाब से दिल्ली में शरारत करना थोड़ा जाएगा। हम तो अपने हक मांगने जा रहे हैं।
People have already started moving from Kurukshetra, from Karnal, from Sonipat and Panipat as well. They are all reaching towards the Singhu border, which falls on this national highway. And on the roadside on these highways, you can see tractors have been parked. There are people who are raising slogans. So I'll also show you some people still stationed here in this tractor here. कहाँ से आ रहे हैं आप?
असली जी पटाला शहर, डिस्ट्रिक्ट गुरदासपुर, पिंड दवानीवाल, पंजाब।
अच्छा, और आप लोग क्या-क्या सामान लेके जा रहे हैं इसमें?
सामान जी अपने पानी है पीने के लिए जी, अपनी रजाइयाँ हैं।
We started our journey from Ambala district. I got along with Mr. Sukh Karan Singh from Fatehgarh Sahab, who have started his journey from Fatehgarh Sahab to Delhi to participate in this farm protest. And I am in this tractor, you can see behind me. His fellow villagers are also here in this trolley.
जिस हिसाब से ये कट हो रहा है, जो 26 जनवरी की परेड बताई गई है, इसका बहुत प्रेशर होगा सरकार पे, उनको बदलना पड़ेगा। ये अभी पहले हुआ नहीं, ये इतिहास है, जो पहले हो रखा था ये दोहराया जा रहा है।
Meanwhile, Yogendra Yadav, speaking with NDTV, has claimed that there are over 1 lakh tractors that are moving towards Delhi right now.
Mr. Yadav, so that people across India understand this, how big do you expect this to be? Because the numbers we've heard, 15,000 tractors, is that accurate?
No, not at all, I'm afraid. 15,000 tractors is something which would be, my guess is about 10,000 tractors were parked. And this is not my estimate, this is police estimate 1 week ago. That 10,000 tractors were parked outside Delhi 1 week ago. But right now, tractors from all over the country, Haryana, Punjab, Uttarakhand, Western Uttar Pradesh, Rajasthan, are marching into Delhi. My estimate is we are looking at something like 1 lakh plus tractors. I cannot say how many persons.
1 lakh plus tractors. I didn't appreciate that the numbers would be as large as what you say. It's extraordinary.
It's historic, and that's why I said saying that farm unions are losing support would be worse than funny.
Well, the Delhi police on Sunday has claimed that over 300 Twitter handles have been traced back to Pakistan that have been created with the sole purpose to disrupt and hijack the tractor rally on Republic Day. Now, this, of course, is the big claim that has been made by the police. They say there is a threat perception that Pakistan-based terror groups could create trouble. Mischievous elements can create a law and order situation. The 308 Twitter handles originating from Pakistan have been pushing hashtags linked to the farmers' protest and plan to disrupt the tractor rally.
Yes, a special CP intelligence, Delhi police, Mr. Dipendra Pathak, was addressing the media, and he said there are multiple security concerns over this tractor parade which farmers are planning to hold on 26th of January. Now, going into detail, he said there are over 300 accounts, 308 precisely, he said, 308 Twitter accounts which have been identified and which are trying to disrupt this rally. Now, going into the detail, he said they are pushing hashtags which are pro-Khalistan hashtags, and then these are not only general citizens. There are few influencers or important personalities of Pakistan as well who've been pushing that hashtag, is what the Delhi police has also shared the details of. So these 308 accounts are pushing pro-Khalistan hashtags, and their posts suggested that they're trying to disrupt the already going on agitation of farmers in the national capital. Hence, there were security concerns. So, offering it as a solution, Delhi police also said that there will be security provided to this tractor parade, which is going to be of around 100 kilometers in the national capital. Remember, there are going to be different routes for every single protest site, which is happening at multiple border locations. So, there, in total, 100 kilometers of the national capital will be covered in this tractor rally, and Delhi police is to provide the security to farmers. Now, again, this rally will be happening only after the main Republic Day parade is over, and that is around 11:30 a.m. As we also hear multiple farm union leaders talking about the huge number of tractors coming into the national capital. Delhi police also said the number of tractors is also to be discussed yet, because most of the leaders have been quoting number above a lakh of the tractors. So that can also be a cause of concern for Delhi police, and there hasn't been any clear instruction on the number of tractors as of now from Delhi police's side, but definitely there would be a discussion on that as well.
Well, moving on, there has been an accusation that has been made by both Akhilesh Yadav and the Punjab Chief Minister Captain Amrinder Singh about the denial of fuel from the government to the protesting farmers. Captain Amrinder Singh, in a tweet, has said strongly condemned reports of UP government asking authorities to stop diesel supply to farmers going to Delhi on Republic Day. Such oppressive and intimidatory tactics will only strengthen people's resolve. No administrative high-handedness should be practiced against protesting farmers. Akhilesh Yadav also took to Twitter to say getting information that fuel pumps have been instructed not to give diesel to tractors to stop Republic Day parade. The BJP is conspiring against the farmers. If farmers start responding to the diesel ban with a blockade, then what will happen? So these are, of course, accusations that have been made by both Amrinder Singh and Akhilesh Yadav against the Uttar Pradesh government, specifically saying that the UP government is conspiring against farmers by denying them fuel ahead of the Republic Day tractor rally. Now, it's interesting because the Ghazipur police has actually reacted to these tweets, saying no such instructions have been given in Ghazipur. The Suwal police station had given such a notice by mistake that was immediately withdrawn. This is what has been claimed by the Ghazipur police. They say the Deputy SP has been asked to probe the incident. We'll keep a close watch on those developments. We'll try and get you more updates on what is happening at the Ghazipur UP border. Meanwhile, from Delhi, let's now shift our focus to Mumbai, where in solidarity with the protesting farmers at the Delhi border, nearly 10,000 farmers from across 21 districts in Maharashtra have arrived in Mumbai in a convoy of over 300 vehicles. All of this for a massive rally that's been planned at the Azad Maidan today. Senior leaders of the Mahavikas Aghadi government, including NCP chief Sharad Pawar, will be addressing the gathering today. The farmers have gathered under the banner of the All India Kisan Sabha's Maharashtra unit. For those who say that the farmers protesting are only from Delhi, these visuals from yesterday and overnight tell a completely different story. Let's go right across to my colleague Purva, who's been tracking the details of this story. Purva, what really is happening at the Azad Maidan? Bring us up to speed with the latest.
Well, in fact, these farmers, they came here from 21 districts of Maharashtra. So, all across Maharashtra, you can see farmers have gathered at Azad Maidan to express their support and solidarity to the farmers who are present in Delhi for the past 2 months. And also, they have their own demands that these laws, these farm laws need to be repealed. So, these are some farmers from Nandurbar, Dhule district, and let's try and talk to them and understand what their demands are. Sir, आप बताएं आप कहाँ से आए हैं और आप क्या करते हैं? आप खुद खेती करते हैं?
हम खुद खेती करते हैं। मेरा नाम बाजियावलवी है। मैं नंदुरबार से आया हूँ।
और यहाँ पे आप क्यों आए हैं?
हम यहाँ राजभवन में ये काला कायदा सरकार वापसी लेने होना, इसलिए हम लोग आए हैं।
तो आपको जो दिल्ली में जो पंजाब हरियाणा के भी फार्मर्स हैं जो प्रोटेस्ट कर रहे हैं, वो कब से उनके बारे में क्या कहना है? वो 2 महीने से वहाँ पे है और आप अभी यहाँ पे उनको सपोर्ट देने आए हैं।
हम लोग कल जो नेताजी सुभाष चंद्र बोस थे, जो भारतीय स्वतंत्र संग्राम के बहुत बड़े नेता थे, उनके जन्मदिन पर हम लोगों ने नासिक से आज़ाद मैदान तक मार्च निकाला। आज हमारा जो भाई है, हमारा जो बाप है, हमारी जो माँ है, और आज दिल्ली के बॉर्डर पर गए 2 महीना से लगातार वहाँ अपना लड़ा चल रहा है। वहाँ 120 लोगों की आज तक मौत हो चुकी है, वो हमारे लिए हुतात्मा लोग हैं। आज हम लोग उसको समर्थन में, आज आपको मालूम है कि बड़े पैमाने पर दिल्ली के अंदर या आज़ाद मैदान में बहुत बड़े पैमाने पर ठंड का मौसम चल रहा है। इसमें हमारा जो ठंड के मौसम में हमारा बाप, हमारी माँ आज बड़े पैमाने पर लड़ रही है, उसके समर्थन में आज हम लोग पूरे महाराष्ट्र से कोकण, उत्तर महाराष्ट्र, पश्चिम महाराष्ट्र, विदर्भ, मराठवाड़ा, चारों तरफ से पूरे किसान मजदूर आज यहाँ पे आए हैं। लेफ्ट फ्रंट से जितने भी लोग जुड़े हैं, किसान संयुक्त मोर्चे से जितने भी लोग जुड़े हैं, आज ये बड़े पैमाने पर आज़ाद मैदान में जमा हुए हैं।
लेकिन वो कायदों को लेके आपका क्या कहना है? आप क्यों यहाँ पे प्रोटेस्ट कर रहे हैं?
वो जो काला कानून है, मैं ये कहना चाहता हूँ, आपको मालूम है कि ये काला कानून 5 जून 2020 को संसद में मंजूर किया है। इससे 1 साल पहला इस देश का जो अदानी अंबानी है, ये अंबानी ने हरियाणा के अंदर जो नोलथा नाम का गांव है, वो गांव में 1000 एकड़ जमीन लेकर बड़े गोडाउन बनाए हैं। तो 1 साल पहले उन्होंने 9000 एकड़ पे बड़े बड़े गोडाउन बनाए हैं। वो गोडाउन में हमारा जो इसका
ये आपको क्यों लगता है?
ये ऐसा लगता है कि वो हमारा जो अनाज है, गेहूँ, चावल, तेल बियावान, वो दाढ़ी जो है, वो सब वहाँ जमा करके रखेगा, साठा करेगा, और साठा करने के बाद उनमें से वो मुनाफा कमाएगा। आज हमारी जो रेशन प्रणाली है, रेशन प्रणाली के अंदर हमको आज वो जो अपना रॉकेल मिलता नहीं है।
ये लॉस जो है वो वापस लेनी चाहिए सरकार।
ये कानून तो वापस लेना ही पड़ेगा, उसको लेना ही पड़ेगा।
Even thank you, शुक्रिया आपसे बात करने के लिए। तो even farmers from Maharashtra, they are saying that these laws need to be repealed, and that is the reason they have also gathered here and also to express solidarity. And a few hours from now, top leaders of Mahavikas government will also come here. They will address a meeting here, including NCP chief Sharad Pawar is expected to come here and talk to these farmers, address a meeting here, and there will be a rally from here till Governor House. That is also planned, and most likely the permission will not be given for a full rally, but there is a small march which will start from Azad Maidan till some distance, and that is also planned after the meeting is done.
Right. Appreciate you, Purva, for joining us with the very latest. We'll continue to keep a close watch on all of those developments from Mumbai. Remember, the farmer agitation has now proliferated to Mumbai with a massive rally that's been planned at the Azad Maidan. But even though permission for the tractor parade has been given for Republic Day, the Delhi police has claimed that there is an imminent security risk. They say that there are handles, Twitter handles that have been created which link back to Pakistan with the sole purpose of disrupting this rally. What does this essentially mean for the farmer agitation? Vikram Singh, the former DGP of Uttar Pradesh, is with us on the broadcast. Mr. Singh, what do you make of these developments? It's quite a big claim that's been made by the Delhi police.
Rishika, good morning. There has seldom been a Republic Day celebration that is so ominous and fraught with hazards. And what the Delhi police has said is just the tip of the iceberg, because no professional intelligence operative will disclose all the cards that he is holding close to his chest. The fact of the matter is that if Pakistan has commissioned 308 Twitter handles and many, many more to come, the plan is obvious. 1, spread hate. 2, spread rumor. Spread panic. Under these circumstances, a small trigger, a small spark can have disastrous consequences, and therefore the Delhi police and the nation have a problem at hand, and it needs to be addressed. 1, and also ensure that all the Twitter accounts that are insidious, mischievous from Pakistan, they need to be placed under suspension, as the Trump's Twitter account was placed under suspension till the time for at least the next 48 hours or 72 hours. This is one thing that India can do, is to approach the Twitter helpline and ensure that these...
Well, I'm going to come back to you in order to get a response on what needs to be done to address this, because what we know so far, of course, is that the Delhi police has flagged this at that press conference yesterday. But Ravinder Singh Cheema is also joining us. He's the Vice President of the All India Kisan Sabha from Punjab. Thanks so much, Mr. Cheema, for being with us this morning. Your reaction, to this claim of a hijack that's being made by the Delhi police. There are Pakistani proxy accounts that have been created in order to disrupt tomorrow's rally.
ऐसा है कि जहां तक ट्विटर अकाउंट का सवाल है, पाकिस्तान से उनको हैंडल किया जा रहा है, इसके बारे में एजेंसियां जो कुछ भी जानती हैं, जो कुछ भी उनको मालूम है, उसके बारे में हमें कोई जानकारी नहीं। लेकिन हम ये जरूर बताना चाहते हैं कि दुनिया भर में जितना भी किसान का बेटा फॉरेन में किसी भी कंट्री में गया हुआ है, उसकी भावनाएं इस मूवमेंट से जुड़ी हुई हैं। वो अपने तौर पे, चाहे वो यूएसए में है, बेशक वो ऑस्ट्रेलिया में है, बेशक वो कनाडा में है, यूके में है, यूरोपियन किसी कंट्री में है, हम पाकिस्तान की बात नहीं कर रहे। तो वहां से जितने भी बच्चे हैं, ये ट्विटर अकाउंट पे भी चलाते हैं, फेसबुक भी चलाते हैं, तो उनको वो उनकी भावनाएं जुड़ी हुई हैं, उनका परिवार यहाँ है तो उनकी भावनाएं जुड़ी हुई हैं
जी।
तो इसके जो इसका दिल्ली पुलिस का जो दावा है, हम उसको ना तो नकारते हैं, ना हम उसको एंडोर्स करते हैं। हम तो ये कहते हैं
नहीं, क्या I understand that you obviously haven't been apprised or informed by the Delhi police of these developments, but the Delhi police has come out and said this publicly at a press conference yesterday. क्या आप मानते हैं चीमा जी कि कुछ थ्रेट है, कि कुछ ऐसे एलिमेंट्स हैं जो कि इस रैली को डिसरप्ट करने की कोशिश कर रहे हैं?
देखिए, हमें तो ऐसा लगता है कि हमारी तरफ से किसान आज इतनी मुश्किल हालात में है कि कोई दुश्मन भी किसानों के साथ ऐसी हरकत नहीं करनी चाहेगा। दुश्मन भी नहीं चाहेगा कि हम इन किसानों को, जो बेचारे ठंड में इधर अपना प्रोटेस्ट कर रहे हैं, अपनी मांगों के लिए कर रहे हैं, उनके साथ कोई ऐसी बात होगी। फिर भी हम कहते हैं कि सरकार के पास इतनी एजेंसियां हैं
जी,
हमने इतने आदमी पकड़े हैं जो हमारी इन रैलियों को एक्सप्लॉइट करना चाहते थे, हमें ब्लेम करना चाहते थे, तो सरकार की एजेंसियां कहां हैं? वो पकड़े ना उन लोगों को जो इस रैलियों को।
That's an important question. नहीं, आप एक बहुत जरूरी सवाल उठा रहे हैं। हम विक्रम सिंह जी से वही पूछेंगे। Vikram Singh, this is the question that I was going to come to. That the fact that the Delhi police has made this announcement at a press conference yesterday, what are we to A, make of the fact that a public announcement to this effect has been made, and B, what's the kind of action that's being taken?
Obviously, Rishika, it is just to educate the public and also our farmer brethren that there is a danger lurking in the horizon, and our neighboring nations are also not favorably inclined. they would obviously like to create a disturbance and thereafter fish in troubled waters.
Right.
Therefore, the insidious game that the neighbors are planning, we must not be victims to their game plan and see to it that this rally, which has been permitted by mutual cooperation and understanding, must be peaceful, must be grand, and at no point of time should there be a confrontation or, heavens forbid, there should be any occasion for the police to use force, whatever be the magnitude. But the police have their hands full, and if there's a time, I would explain what they need to do now.
Right. But what do you make of the fact that this has been publicly disclosed? And, you have the Vice President of the Rashtriya Kisan Sangh on the broadcast saying that the police hasn't reached out to the farmer unions or the farmer organizations and had a conversation with them about it, instead disclosed it publicly at a press conference.
Perhaps that would not have been possible in the sense that the farmers union, the farmer brethren are intelligent people. They listen to the television, they watch TV shows.
So you're saying this was in a bid to generate awareness?
To generate awareness and indeed to educate the people and the farmers.
I'll give Ravinder Singh Cheema the last word. Cheema ji, क्या आप चिंतित हैं ये न्यूज़ सुन के कि कुछ एलिमेंट्स हैं जो कि डिसरप्ट करना चाह रहे हैं कल की रैली?
देखो, बिल्कुल हम भी इससे चिंतित हैं कि हमारी ये जो पीसफुल रैली है, ये पीसफुल परेड है, हम अपने गणतंत्र दिवस पे अपने देशवासियों को, अपनी सरकार को अपनी सॉलिडेरिटी शो करना चाहते हैं कि हम ना खालिस्तानी हैं, ना हम टुकड़े टुकड़े हैं, ना हम कोई देश के खिलाफ कोई कार्रवाई कर रहे हैं। हम तो अपनी शांतिपूर्वक मांगे लेकर आए हैं जो अधिकार हमें संविधान ने दिया है। अगर इसमें कोई भी एजेंसियां कोई कार्रवाई करेगी तो उसकी पूरी जिम्मेदारी जो है वो सरकार की होगी।
All right, Ravinder Singh Cheema and Vikram Singh, appreciate you both for joining us. So this, of course, is the big development that we will continue to track. It's a big claim that's been made by the Delhi police of Twitter handles that trace back to Pakistan that are trying to disrupt tomorrow's rally. We'll keep a close watch on those developments. We're going to slip into a very short break, but coming up on the other side, remember this tractor rally in Delhi is happening amid cold wave conditions and dense fog that's engulfed several parts of northern India. Divya will get us a comprehensive weather update. Welcome back. Over 16 lakh healthcare workers have been vaccinated against COVID-19 so far. 31,466 beneficiaries were vaccinated till 7:30 p.m. yesterday across 5 states. Today is the 9th day of India's vaccination drive. Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh and Odisha are the leading states. They are the top 3 states that have vaccinated the highest number of beneficiaries so far. Sukirti joins us with the very latest. Sukirti, what more can you tell us about the 9th day of vaccination?
Well, yes, in the last 24 hours, over 30,000 people were vaccinated. If we look at the overall figures, pan-India, so far there have been more than 16 lakh vaccinations. So the numbers have been gradually increasing because of 2 factors. One, the COVID database has been modified to accommodate walk-in vaccinations, and apart from that, there has been massive awareness drives by the government. So there seems to be more trust building in the vaccines. People are more assured about the fact that the vaccines are safe. So the turnout has been increasing in the last 9 days, and the government will be increasing vaccination sites as well in the upcoming weeks because they have a big target to achieve of at least getting 30 crore people vaccinated by July 2021.
All right. While Odisha, Karnataka and Andhra Pradesh are, presenting a positive picture as far as the vaccination drive is concerned, it is Kerala that continues to remain a cause of concern. Now, Kerala has continued to report the highest COVID-19 cases so far in India, and the test positivity rate has also crossed 12%. Now, while the healthcare experts have raised concerns over the numbers of COVID-19 tests that have largely remained in the same range for weeks now, The state government says that the number of daily cases are not unexpected and that the case fatality rate is still among the lowest in India. Sneha joins us with the very latest. Sneha, what more can you tell us about the situation that is currently prevailing in Kerala?
In fact, if you look at Kerala's test positivity rate, it has crossed 12%. It's at 12.48%. And if you look at the range, it had been for a long time between 9 and 11. Now it's at 12.48. It's seeing an increase. And according to public health experts, that is a concern. If you look at the numbers, largely around the 19th, it started seeing 6,000 plus cases again. Around the 20th, 22nd, you even had cases shoot up to 6,900 plus daily cases for COVID-19 being reported. Within Kerala, if you look at doctors are saying, or even state officials are saying that the cases are plateauing. It's not seeing a stark increase or a stark decline. But if you look at national picture, Kerala continues to be the state which is adding to the highest daily COVID-19 cases. Now, according to public health experts, this is a concern because if the cases are plateauing right now, this could go anywhere. It could go, the cases could see an increase in days to come or could see a decline. And if you look at the test positivity rate, it is extremely high. So there are doctors, even IMA, that are saying that Kerala is not testing enough. Now, the tests have also been ranging anywhere between 40,000 to 60,000 plus, and for a large part of time. And the IMA has said that they had recommended that the testing should be at least 1 lakh per day, and that Kerala needs to ramp up its testing. Now, what are government sources saying, or the health officials who are part of the COVID containment strategy? What are they? According to them, they are expecting more cases. However, it is within the expectation. According to them, Kerala has seen a peak, a delayed peak in compared to other states which have had such numbers being reported much earlier. But the fact that, according to them, Kerala's case fatality rate still remains very much lower in India at 0.4% shows that their strategy is working.
Well, let's now shift our focus to West Bengal. Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee will be in the Hooghly district today, which is about 1 hour from Singur, where Mamata Banerjee had held the agitation along with Nandigram. The Singur and Nandigram agitations, remember, is what had catapulted her to power. And this is, of course, extremely significant as far as the election is concerned. Let's go right across to Saurabh Gupta, who's been tracking the details of this story very closely. Saurabh, what more can you tell us about the Chief Minister's agenda today?
Well, yes, the Chief Minister is going to be in Hooghly, a place where the BJP has made significant inroads, and that's why the Chief Minister is going to be addressing a rally. Remember, a few days ago, she addressed a rally in Nandigram, again an area of concern for the Trinamool Congress, and that's why the party seems to be focusing on areas where it lost ground to the BJP in the 2019 Lok Sabha elections. That's where the party feels that it needs to do a lot of work to cover up for what the BJP has done in terms of going ahead as far as the assembly polls are concerned, given the work that they've done, in generating the number of seats that they've had in the Lok Sabha election. So Midnapur is one district, Purulia, Bakuria are districts. Remember, the Chief Minister has already gone to Nandigram, she's already gone to Purulia. Now she's just a few kilometers away from Singur, and like you were saying, the Singur and the Nandigram agitations actually catapulted the Trinamool to power. So what you will see is the Trinamool Congress focusing on areas that, perception-wise, it seems to have lost some ground. And that's why she's going to Purshura, a place a few kilometers away from Singur today, to address a rally again to sort of regain lost ground and campaign for the party as well.
All right. So this, of course, is as far as Mamata Banerjee's rally is concerned. But sort of the other significant development, of course, that we're tracking is the Victoria Memorial incident, where BJP supporters shouted Jai Shri Ram just as Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee rose to speak on Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose's birth anniversary at an event that Prime Minister Modi held in Kolkata. Now, all of this has continued, to invite a lot of attention. And days after this heckling, which prompted Mamata Banerjee to abandon her speech, saying she was insulted, it's now emerged that BJP leaders had actually cornered a big share of invitation cards.
Yes, that's what sources are telling us. In fact, the fact seems to be that, a lot of party supporters seem to have, garnered most of the invites, according to sources. And there's been no comment from the BJP yet on this. But yes, there were people who may not have actually sort of, adhered to the decorum that's required at an event like this. This was to mark the 125th, birthday of Netaji, and that's something that perhaps should have had decorum. Now, slogans, of course, in a political event are acceptable, but this was a government event to celebrate one of India's greatest freedom fighters, an icon for Bengal, and not just Bengal, but also the entire world. So, obviously, the kind of sloganeering that went on there in the presence of the Prime Minister and disruption of the Chief Minister's speech is something that hasn't gone down really well with people who were also present there. But, of course, BJP supporters say we were only greeting her. But, that's their defense. But it seems that even within the party, sources say there are some who say perhaps the wrong set of people within the party should have had cornered most of the invites. Remember, this was organized by the Union Ministry of Culture. So the state government had very little say in the number of invites that went out and to whom they went out, more importantly.
All right. So very interesting political developments that are taking place in West Bengal. Appreciate you, Saurabh, for joining us with the very latest. We'll keep coming back to you for more updates. Meanwhile, it's over to Divya for all the weather news. Divya, a dense fog and extremely cold conditions over several parts of northern India continue.
Absolutely. What a foggy morning it's been in the capital as well as adjoining areas. In fact, all of North India has been reeling under cold day and cold wave conditions. Those conditions are expected to persist for another day or two. To get more on this, we have Dr. R.K. Janamani joining us from the IMD. We also have Dr. Dipali Bhardwaj, who is joining us. She is a dermatologist. To Dr. R.K. Janamani first. Doctor, if you could tell us, and we also have Mahesh Palawat joining us from SkyMed. Very good morning, Mahesh. If you could just take us through the conditions that are prevailing in the north. This winter, we weren't expecting it to get that foggy given the La Nina impact. However, this dense spell that we're seeing, was it expected or totally unexpected?
Yeah, it was expected that fog will be there because whenever western disturbance moves away and humidity was high and temperatures lower down, and when wind speed also goes down, that dense fog is usual along the Indo-Gangetic plain, right from Punjab to West Bengal. But now the western disturbance has moved away and winds are picking up speed from northwest direction. Therefore, we expect that there will be gradual decrease in the fog intensity across Punjab, Haryana and western parts of Uttar Pradesh. But East UP, Bihar and parts of West Bengal may continue with dense fog for another 24 to 48 hours. Thereafter, for next 24 hours, cold day conditions are also expected to persist over parts of Punjab, Haryana, Delhi and Uttar Pradesh. Yeah.
Right. So, Mahesh Palawat, the temperature is down by almost 5 to 6 degrees. As far as the daytime temperatures are concerned, Delhi is about 15 degrees. That's 6 degrees below what it should be at this point in time. How long will these conditions last as far as the temperature continues to stay below the norm? Not just here in Delhi. In fact, the temperature is below normal in most parts of the north, whether it's Punjab, Haryana, Chandigarh, even in parts of Saurashtra and Kutch. That's where cold wave conditions are prevailing. We have cold wave conditions also prevailing in Rajasthan. Now, we have Dr. Dipali Bhardwaj joining us. Doctor, welcome and a very good morning. The big question at the moment being, how does one protect oneself from this harsh winter? How does one nourish and protect their skin? What tips do you have for our viewers?
Yes, sure. This winter is definitely going to be more, it's just going to increase as we keep reading by the IMD and weather reports. And this change in the global climate is leading to various kinds of skin disorders. Increased skin allergies is what I'm seeing. And more dryness, the skin is more dry, the more the person has allergies. So hydration is the key. We all have to know that the body needs same amount of water in summers and winters. We all need to drink 4 to 5 liters of water. Interestingly, for every glass of coffee or tea which we drink, more preferably in the winters, we'll need an extra glass of water. After the whole bath is over, we all should oil our body. If we don't have time, we are working professionals, just keep 1 mug of water, add 2-3 drops of any cooking oil or any body oil that you can grab and put that neck down as the last splash. And
right,
always use a soap. Yeah.
Dr. Dipali, also one tends to sit in front of the heater, especially because of the cold.
Yes.
Any tip that you can give us for itchiness or dryness like you were mentioning, especially when one's sitting next to a heater?
Yes, keeping a mug of water next to the heater is very important. Using a soap which is transparent and see-through is always going to help hydrate the skin better. Eating better is important. Having antioxidant essential oils, which could be from fish, soya, paneer, tofu, such kind of things on a daily basis helps.
Right. Any winter regime that one needs to add? We all use our normal, situation that is prevailing during the summers and also during monsoon. But in winter especially, what about our hair? What can we do?
Hair, interestingly, because of this air, as the other learned speaker is explaining, and there's windy air outside, so people are developing very itchy scalp, and dandruff is what I'm seeing, which is a new feature compared to last year. It has increased because of the pollution which we are living in. So, people should not really, I believe, oil their scalp as much, and dry shampoo is a better option. Everyday shampoo is not a good option. Also, bucket bath is going to be more better for people who are having hair fall than shower. And using shampoos with lesser chemical is always better. So lesser perfumed shampoos on a regular basis.
Right. Those are great tips that you have given us. Of course, it's going to remain cold for the next few days and the situation is only going to start to get better at the end of the month. So do take care and keep yourself warm and safe. Thank you so much, Mahesh Palawat and Dr. Dipali for joining us.
Welcome back. The big story we're tracking from the world of entertainment. Well, actor Varun Dhawan and Natasha Dalal got married at a strictly private wedding in Alibag on Sunday evening. Varun Dhawan shared the first photos of his wedding pheras on Instagram just minutes after they were married. Here's how Varun Dhawan made it official with Natasha Dalal. Well, and the biggest technology event, the Consumer Electronics Show, despite being all digital, had a lot to offer. Here's everything you need to know.
How can we wrap this year's CES special without talking about some weird tech that came to the limelight this year? Now, we're not here to judge the idea behind these products because we leave that to you, our viewers. Have you ever wanted a cushion that you could pet? Yes, you heard that right. Kubo is a cuddly pet robot designed to grant that very wish of yours. This furry therapeutic robot acts like a substitute for a pet, which we all deserve. It comes with a tail that wags around when you pet it, making sure you have a companion in those lonely quarantine days. What's weird, you ask? There's no head on this furry little friend. A waterproof speaker that generates 100% of its power from water. Yes, Ampere's shower power made its debut this year at CES. This innovative speaker will allow the users to listen to music, audiobooks and podcasts all while taking a shower. The speaker's body has been designed to fit any shower head and has been made with 100% ocean plastic. Priced at $79, this unusual audio product will never run out of battery because it is charged by the flow of water. Entertainment can be delivered in all shapes and sizes now. Proof of that is Cubios's Wow Cube entertainment system. This unusual media device combines mixed reality with a rather tangible interface. The 3D cube uses a single digital surface that is wrapped around the device. Users can twist, turn and shake the cube to enjoy games and applications. Not only this, but you can also develop applications using Wow Cube. Good news for people with a sweet tooth, you can now make ice cream in under 2 minutes. Keurig this year at CES introduced Cold Snap. Delivered with its proprietary shelf-stable Cold Snap pods, the machine takes less than 120 seconds to make ice cream. Expanding on the menu, the users will also be able to make frozen yogurt, coffee and even smoothies using this machine. Ever watched Star Wars and wanted your very own droid? Someone who looked after and obviously picked up after you? Well, we're sure you have. Samsung this year showcased its robot concepts that might just fit the bill. And as it turns out, you don't have to be a Skywalker to own one of them. Samsung's Bot Handy was trending all over the internet after it was introduced in the brand's presentation. And yes, as the name suggests, it comes with a robot arm. But that will just be an oversimplification. The cylindrical-shaped robot comes packed with 3D mapping technology and is designed to help the owner in the kitchen or in the living room. The bot has advanced sensors on board that can judge the size and shape of the object, making sure that only the required force is used to lift something up. The demo also showed that the bot can change its height and will be able to move around without any hiccups thanks to the LiDAR sensor.